have to first calculate the BMI value. You have to then see if it is falls within this range, or the thing that you have done is this will all be shifted by one more position. Hold on, you do one thing, just copy paste what I have done. Just 1 second. The if else will be within the function, Ranjit. So they are not something, they will not be like outside or something. So can you just copy paste the code on the chat window and paste it here?
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So now that it is working. So you understood, right? So the if else has to be within the function because BMI is a local variable within the function only. So if I try to access it from outside, it will not be able to. It will throw an error. So it has to be something within the function. So that is with the BMI. And with calculator, the only difference is, so once the calculator works, I have to add one more condition saying if the condition is true, just so that this whole thing will keep on running. And every time it will ask me whether I want to stop the calculator or not. That's it. Otherwise, it will keep on running. So yeah, so that is on the okay, let me share my screen now. So that is on the calculator part. So this is how traditionally a calculator works. So these are the types of functions, these are the type of Python codings that you will encounter rarely in a real world. Mostly things that you would be doing are functions, list tuples for entering numbers. Like here, I have taken only one number, one value, only one value at a time. Here, instead of one value, your need would be to take a list of numbers, probably 10 numbers, and B will be another 10 numbers, and then you have to do the sum. So I'm just giving an example. So more or less that's how this should be. So that is how. So that's one of the functions. Now you can come up with anything. You can just think of a logic. Like the other day I was just talking about voting eligibility of a person. So just think it through. It has to be a function. That function will take your date of birth as the input. That date of birth will be considered with today. So what is the date of, the date time today? So it will do a subtraction and it will see whether the year of date of birth and today, 2024, if A minus B is greater than equal to 18 or not. If it is greater than equal to 18, that means you are eligible to vote, else you are not eligible to vote. So that's also another function. So yeah. Okay. Now let's see something on file import output. Now we have we explored a little on the files import export, specifically on CSVs. So this is something that we tried last day. This was for CSV and Excel, and for that the package that we have, the module that we have is Pandas, which is the best. But how to import export small text files? Because let's say there is a small text file which has my system username and password. So let's say I'm working with a company and I have all list of all the credentials. So that will be a small text file, right? So for reading with those kind of things, there is a thing called IO, input output. So I will be using that. And how do we do it? So for that we use, so for that we just use the file input output to do it with the open statement. So let's see how this works. Open is a function. So all you need to do is just type shift tab and this will tell you what it does. So open file and return a stream. Stream means outputs, set of outputs. Raise OS error upon failure. So if like there is some syntax error or something else, it will say there is an operating system error. Now file is either a text file or a bytes string giving the name. So that is how it should be. So essentially open has two inputs. It takes two inputs. One is the file and one is the mode. So these are the two. Rest all are default values. So it's okay if you put some value. It's absolutely okay if you ignore it because these are default keywords not needed to be filled. Essentially two things. First, the location of the file, and second, what is the mode. Now what is mode? These are the mode. These are the right. These are the modes. Now, modes means Mode means this will, oh it, oh my god, it's changed the entire structure. Okay. So mode means what are the different types of operation you can do it. So R means you just want to read a text file. W means you want to write something into the, or truncate the first file, or the something you want to write. X means you want to create a new file and open it for writing. So these are the different ones that we can do. Let's try some basic ones with, let's say, let me, new text file. The name is Python, and I am running by Python coding. Save it and then just come back here. Now, the first argument is your location, and the second is your mode, what you want to do. So the location is this, just you will need to copy and this file python.txt and here read. So within this, so once this part is done, or let's say do it like this with this, so let's store the value somewhere. Store is equal to this and print store dot read, or just let's start with this one. Let's print store. Let's see what it does. Oh sorry, what I've used, it's open. Yeah, it's open. I don't know why I've used with. Okay, Unicode. Okay, just understand this is one thing that you will encounter very often in Python, which is Unicode space or Unicode error. Unicode error occurs usually when Python, locations are, starts with probably uppercase, lowercase, or there are some spaces in between. Let's say there is a folder which has a name called, my file, MySpace file. So to read spaces or those kind of things, Python will read an error, and or you can fix it by putting a small r at the top of it, just before this line. Now this is working. So it says what is store. So if I put the type, what type of variable store is. So this is text input output wrapper. So this is a text input output wrapper. Okay. Now, what if I want to see the value inside of it? I have to do a read. Now, the easy one, if you guys remember, just put a tab and hit the tab button. So tab will show you what are the things you can do with it. So right now, all I want to do is I want to read this. So if I run this, now that I'm getting the inside content of the text file, it's giving me the inside content, right? So that's in short about how to read. Similarly, you can do a write also, or close also, that is up to you. I mean, what exactly are the type of operations we want to do? Let's say one is store is equal to open with a write open. Then so if you do this, okay, because this has some error, because I want to write now. If it's giving an error because it says this is not readable, because I have told Python that I want to write something on it. That's why it's not allowing me to read it. So what I can do is store dot and see what are the values it has. These are the different set of operations that we can do on this file. Now, what I want to do, I want to write something into it. So f dot write, and within write, let's write something like, I am adding this new line, and after writing it, I need to close the file, this one, f dot close. Now once this part is done, I just want to see what I have written. So again, what I will do is I will just open this file again, but this time I will just open it as a read only file. So now again, if I, so see what's happening. So first I am opening this text file as write mode. The mode would be write, and then I am writing something on top of it. This is one line that I'm writing, and then I'm closing the file. So this part is done. So there is nothing called stone now. Again, what I'm doing, I'm opening this file again, but this time as a read mode, just to read the content, whatever inside, and then print the contents. So if I run this now, this is what I'm getting. Now, why the earlier line was not there? Because of this. W. So what W is doing, W is deleting the existing stuff and write it down. But instead, what if we press A, it's basically appending. So A stands for append. See here, open for writing, appending to the end of the file if it exists. Now, for the very first time, it was written, I am adding this line. Next time when it opened, it added this line. So every time I run this, it will keep on adding in one line inside of it. So that is in short about how to open a file and how to write content inside of it. Now, open or existing file, this in a real world will happen not very often, because majorly we will be using pandas only for our data analysis. These are the things which are needed for the IT people who do, development work or Python, on the developer side, who work on software development and those kind of things. This part is majorly for them, but this is a good to know fact. And so that is about file. And now there is an important thing, which is regular expression. A regular expression. Let's say there is a string which is I am learning Python. Let's say tomorrow I want to replace the word Python with something else. Let's say I want to replace the word Python with SQL. Or let's say day after tomorrow, I want to replace this one with, let's say this one with deep learning. So I should have some option within Python which easily understand what this particular very value is and replaces it with something else, where it's usually dealing with all the text words, all the text, alphabets, characters, and it works on the expression type, like what sort of an expression it is. Like, let's say there is a column which is phone number, and the column formats are like this. 0123, that is the, let's say the format is like 0124, follow, this is probably the country code, followed by the state code, followed by the actual phone number. So this is one thing. Now this is one column which is phone number, but let's say I've been asked to divide that into three separate things. One is country code, state code, and phone number, because these two are not needed. And if there are multiple values of this, the first two segment will any day will remain same, only this value will change. So to take care of those kind of things, we have something called a regular expression. Now in Python, all the regular expressions are done with the help of a package called RE. Now how to do it? First, you have to install it, pip install RE. Now to install anything in Python, any new module or package, either you can write it here in Jupyter Notebook, or you can open the command prompt CMD, enter, and you can write pip install RE, like I was showing the other day. And then it will install based on your internet speed and whatever. Okay, sorry. It's not needed to install because because this comes with the Python installation. So we don't need to install it. So there are few packages which comes as part of the Python basic installations. Like this one, there is something called OS. There is something called warning or warnings, I think. Yeah, I think it's warnings. Yeah. So there are few modules which are basic ones that comes as part of Python installation. So all you need to do is just call whatever function you want to call on top of it. RE dot, if you want to find something, find all, or you want to do some search. Now, search or split. So we will go in details probably tomorrow. Today, let's stop it now. So until now, you can just keep on practicing things on your own.